Good morning, people. How's it going? Welcome in. I figured I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I'm just going to start because it was so much easier than waiting another couple of minutes because I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. So I thought I'd just come and start. So, how is everyone? Different setup this morning. Let me know if you can hear me. That'd be good. I'm hoping you can. Just wait and see what happens. Oh, we're good. Good. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much, Angie. You can hear me. Good. You might be able to hear the birds and all because I'm sitting outside at Mum's place, so I am figuring out what I'm doing. And now I'm just trying to get my camera into a position that I can do stuff. But yeah, so it's a very, very sunny morning. So hopefully the glare isn't too bad. There's not a cloud in the sky at the moment. Blue as. And birds are going. Well, now they've stopped. Now that I've mentioned it, they might start again. I don't know. And, hey, Asra, how's it going? Hey, Brandy. Good to see you in here. And I don't know if Kenny's going to make it back in, but thank you, Kenny. And, so what I'm doing today is continuing with obviously my Australia themed month, so Colour Australia in April, and I'm doing this little fella. It kind of feels weird doing him up here at my mum's because generally where I'm sitting when I'm doing my work at home, I'm actually looking at the river the only river that he exists in. So I'll tell you about my little turtle. So it is the Mary River turtle. So Alyssa macururus. Okay, I just completely butchered the Latin, but that's okay. So its status is endangered. Its population is around 136, and it is from Queensland, Australia, and my hometown. Or where I live right now. But the link to the I'm doing the Colouring Heaven magazine version of it because that's the one I have. But I have in the description both, and Angie's already just put it in the description, both the PDF version and from Tim Jeffs, as well as this Colouring Heaven one. Excellent. Yeah, the cooler temperatures are making a difference. It's the same here, Azra. It's much nicer. So this strange turtle is one of several species of cloaca breathing turtles. Okay, cloaca sounds nice. We just call it the bum breathing turtle. Okay, it breathes out of its bum. Okay, so it has special gills, specialized glands in their reproductive organs. So a cloaca means that it's where they defecate from, where they reproduce from, where they urinate from. It does all of them. And also for this one, where it breathes from. But as Aussies, we're not going to be fancy about it. We're just going to call it a bum breathing turtle. So this is our butt breathing turtle that we have. Okay, what it does allow is for individuals to remain submerged for up to 72 hours, so 3 days. The only species of its genus, the Mary River turtle, diverged from all other living species about 400 million years ago. In comparison, we split from our closest relatives, the chimpanzees and bonobos, of less than 10 million years ago. The Mary River turtle takes an exceptionally long time to reach sexual maturity, with individuals not breeding before the age of 25. The building of dams and collection of eggs for the pet trade have driven the declines in the species. However, conservation programs are now in place to protect the species. Now, I was doing some research on these little fellas. Well, actually, they're not little. They're one of the biggest freshwater turtles that you can get. They grow to about 50 centimeters in their shell in diameter. So they do get quite large for a freshwater turtle. And they were only identified as a turtle, like their own species of turtle, in 1994. So not too long ago were they identified. That's awesome, Azra. I'm glad that you've got the new phone. And so we've got these little fellas, and what happened apparently, like in the 1960s and 70s, it was cool to have pet turtles, and so they just went and raided all the babies and the eggs from the river, and not realizing that they were only they only inhabited the one river, and sold them off to the pet trade. But because they take so long to reach maturity, they couldn't actually replenish their numbers. So yeah, yep, bum breathing turtles, gotta love it. So they also breathe through their nostrils as well. So they can come up and breathe normally, but they do have that ability, which is why they're fluffy. So they're sometimes called the punk turtles, and this is actually algae. So because they spend so much time at the bottom of the river, and the Mary River isn't a clean freshwater river, it's quite a dirty river because it's tidal, so it's very muddy and brown. So there's not a lot of light penetration and stuff like that. So it's a perfect spot for them to be able to grow algae, and allows them to hide and attack their prey. Yeah, fluffy turtle is cute. So they're called the punk rocker turtle. Now they're called the punk rocker turtle because sometimes the algae grows on the head, so it looks like a bit of a mohawk. And what Tim just didn't put in was they actually have these little protruding, I don't know, little nodules coming from underneath their chin, and it kind of looks like they've been pierced, like they've got their little facial piercings. So I'm going to try and indicate that they're there. So I'm just drawing them in. But these little fellas help them filter through the algae and stuff for food. I'm not sure if it's from my end that it's buffering a bit because I'm at my mum's, so I don't know how good her internet is, Brandy. So I'm not too sure. It seems to be looking okay on my screen. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to get in. And what I'm using is some Australian pencils, some budget Australian pencils, the Mont pencils. I have done some videos on these on my channel, reviews, but I figured I might as well use them. I'm here. I only bought up some budget pencils up to my mum's. Yeah, it is. He's a character and a half. This is the first time I bought it. Like these are all I bought up to mum's. So I'm trying to just work with what I've got and hope for the best. However, now the sun has just gone over the peak of the house next door and is right in my eyes. So I'm like trying to see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to get started. Sorry, I'm just moving. I've got swatches back here, which is really helpful for what I'm doing. But I'm going to go with 12 and 11. And we're going to start putting in some of these markings. So this is the Mont skin color pencil set that I'm going to start using. So I'm just going to start indicating some of his lines on his jaw. So it's like a deep violet, this color, deep brown violet. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Wilson. Hello, by the way. Yeah, so this is our little butt breathing turtle. But I was like, yeah, we'll work with him. We'll work with him for today. So I'm just going to start going in and kind of trying to indicate where there might be some of the skin lines. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, the birds are loud this morning. Hey, Carolyn, how's it going? It's because I'm sitting outside. I kind of figured my stepdad's up watching TV, and I'm like, he doesn't want to hear me. I said, it's going to sound like I'm talking to myself. I promise I'm not. And he's just like, I figured it's just easier to come outside and work with what I've got out here, and that way I don't have to worry about lighting or anything, and hope it's not too blurry. I might see if I can come in a little bit more. Let me know if that gets too blurry. Not too sure how he looks. If he's too blurry or not if I come in too close. Hello, Marilyn. So I'm just going to go with what the hashings that Tim's put in, make that work for now. So we've got that one, and then I'm going to go in with, this is a kind of like a dark brown grey. Just going to work with that. Do a few more line indications. So when I looked at reference photos of these guys, they the lines and stuff around their jaw are quite distinct. So I'm trying to kind of keep that representation that it actually looks like lines. Ah, that makes a lot of sense, Brandy. I'm just going to put some shadowing behind these little protrusions I put in, just so I can see if I can make them actually appear. These little piercings. Because I found the reference photo that when I was looking for references for myself that Tim would have used for this, and I'm like, it didn't actually have his little protrusions on him, so I don't know whether he was only a baby and hadn't actually grown his protrusions. So I'm like, but yeah, he's not a very good looking fella. He's quite he's yeah. I wouldn't put him in the good looking category for some reason. I don't think he's been blessed with the. Yeah, he's a typical. Let's go with he's a typical punk rocker, and now I'm trying to find the colours. Okay, all right. Let's go with this one now. Oh yeah, the lorikeets. Oh, thanks for letting them know, Andy. I don't think to tell them that. I've got lots of palm trees around, so they're having a good old warble this morning. So this one's more of a russet kind of colour. So I'm just adding a little bit more into colouring here, just to get some variation. The rainbow lorikeets are a cool little bird. So, the amount of times I've been caught thinking they're injured, but they're actually drunk. Silly buggers. So they eat a lot of fruits and mangoes and things. And during mango season and things like that, if they have too many of the mangoes, they can kind of ferment a little bit in their belly, get them a little drunk, and then they warble around a little bit, not being able to do too much because they're too drunk. All right, now this one's more of a yellow ochre or brown ochre. So with each one of these, I'm bringing them down that little bit further. I'm just trying to get that indication of these lines that the good old turtle has around its face. Okay, colouring outside, birds singing in the palms. Does it get yes, living in tropical Queensland. It's not ridiculously hot, so that's a good start. At this time in the morning, in the middle of summer, I'd already be sweating. The temperature has dropped a little bit, but so it's a little bit more bearable. It's probably about, I don't know, 25 degrees at the moment. That's Celsius, by the way. That is quite pleasurable. Just give you, I'm sitting outside with a singlet on. Yeah, beautiful one day, perfect the next. Absolutely. Although I'm looking forward to going home because the night it's cooler. But I must admit, it hasn't been too bad up here. I just hate coming up for a visit now in the middle of summer. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with a white cream, and I'm just going to move the colour out so that it colours the rest of his face, but not too distinctly. So I'm using the white to, I don't know, push the colour around, push the pigment around. But I'm trying to still go in the direction of his stripes. Because he's ugly. Ugly kid. Fella. Let's colour his eyes in. So they have kind of like a turquoise green eye. So I'm going to go in with that. I'm going to go with this turquoise blue to begin with. And then come in kind of like a grass green. Cold, yeah, I saw that you guys had, there was even talk of snow down there, Andy, which is crazy. And I've just got a darker, more foresty green. I'm just going to go around the edge of his eye. Then I've got like a creamy colour that I'm just going to kind of push in over the top of it just to kind of dull it down a bit. Oh, there we go. There's his little eye. Oh no! I just discovered that the sharpener I bought up here does not fit my skin-coloured pencils. Well, that's going to be helpful. Look, because they're fat pencils. Yeah, they're not working. Oh well. We shall hope for the best, won't we? We shall hope for the best that I don't need to sharpen too much. It's these ones, the thinner ones. I didn't think too far ahead. I just threw in my, travel kit kind of stuff. So I'll go with this white so I can keep it sharpened. All right, I'm going to get back to using, what colour was I using? I used to have a Quaker, yeah. Oh, nice. Nice birds. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it all goes well. Is it called, what's the proper name for that, Azra? But yes, I know that you do that. Too, and I'm just looking at my colour swatch, trying to think of what I'm doing. What colour I want. 12. I've just had to label the colours on here so I know what the colours are. All right, so this is that deep violet again, and I'm just going to go in and add some into the scales. Oh, cockatiel. Yeah. Yeah, they pretty much. I don't know. They all look the same to me. My dad's awesome. He can sit there and name what bird's what and what kind of lorikeet and what kind of parrot and all of that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a pretty bird. It's like I tell people, I'm a human scientist. I'm not real good with the flora and the fauna, especially the feathered kind. All right, now I'm starting to get a bit of a glare. Maybe if I put this up. Yeah, that works. I'll hold that up. So how has everyone's Easter week been? Did everyone have a nice Easter last weekend? So when I was on last time, it was just starting Easter Day on for me, and you guys hadn't had Easter yet. So I was like, did everyone have a nice? You celebrate Easter, obviously. Did you have a nice Easter break? I was surprised because I was driving up here at the end of the long week. Yeah, Ramadan. I thought it was, but I wasn't too sure. I was driving up here at the end of the long weekend up north, and I thought the roads would be really busy, but they weren't, which was great. Um, so it certainly made. Well, I think, and I was a bit disappointed because I did caravans last week talking about the good old grey nomads migrating up north, and they disappointed me. I hardly saw any caravans, but then I figured it probably hasn't quite gotten cold enough down there, and it's not cool enough up here because up here they probably still melt. So I was like, oh, okay. Most of it's a budgie people when they use the term parakeet. Oh, okay. I thought a parakeet was bigger than a budgie. Budgie to me is like this tiny little midget thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much. And, A white cockatiel. Oh, nice. Growing up, I had a grey cockatiel and a white cockatiel, Rosie and Fred. I had a couple of lovebirds. Can't remember their names. Don't know if they did. They're my dad's, not mine. Ah, well, there you go. There you go, Andy. And that's a bird. Just be thankful the cockatoos aren't going. If the cockatoos going this morning, you probably wouldn't hear me. They actually make me sound quiet. Should be about another 20 minutes, I think, and that sun is going to be over the roof of the patio, and I might actually go to see what I'm doing. Because right now it's so glary on my glasses that I'm just like hoping I'm putting things in the right spot. So I'm lightening off now where I'm putting this kind of violet colour because I want this to appear more lightened. So I'm not going in as heavy with it. So just so I still get some of that depth from the scales and the 3D effect, but it's just I don't want it as intense. And then I'm pressing a little bit more when I'm going into those areas that are in shadow. Hey Minerva, here's it going. That's right, you work away. Marilyn, you work away as well. Oh, excellent. Oh, we have his practice essay and another one. Oh gosh. Sounds like fun. I haven't even thought about school this week. It's been so nice. I've got to do it when I go home. I've got drafts and things to mark, and I've got assignments to grade and stuff. But I was like, I'm not even thinking about it for this week that I'm up here. I'll worry about it when I get home. Yeah. All right. Let's come in with a little bit more of that russet colour. I'm not going to put too much of this in because when I was looking at pictures, more of the colour was on his face and his body was more of a grey brown. So I'm only going to put it in here and there, the russet, just to give some variation of colour, but not too much. Nice, there you go. You're in the best of all worlds, Brandy. You don't have it and the kids don't have it. You got no kids to worry about. It's good. However, what did we work out the other day? I'm in grade something like 30 something, the amount of years I've spent in school. I don't know. I've been at school longer than I've not been at school, in between uni and teaching, and obviously at my own bits of education. All right, I'm going to go in now with the grey colour, which I think was number 10. Where are you? I wish these had names on them. That's all I know. Make identifying very easy because the pencil lead does not represent the colour at all. Yeah, Yes, yes, it does. It flies faster the older you get. I'm sure I was only 20 yesterday. No, I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to be that young again. Although, nothing like coming home to your mother to get insulted. So I've been here. I was talking last week about how she was paying out about my old hands. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can live with that. I get here this time around, and she's like, geez, you've got some really deep wrinkles showing in your forehead. And I'm like, thanks, Mum. Thank you so much. I'm old. She goes, you must frown a lot. And I'm like, I'm a high school teacher. I spend my entire time frowning. I said, I've just got lots of facial expressions. I said, I'm always moving my muscles. And I'm like, how nice is she? Pointing out my frown lines and that I'm old. And I went, well, if I'm old, how old are you? Well, you just work on yourself, Randy, and do whatever you can do. Yeah, 22. Yeah, I'm. Well, let's just put on. We'll just double that, hey? Ezra, What? I'm getting there. And then I had my hair cut during the week too, and I went in and I've had enough of it, and I want to grow out a lot of the colour. So I went in and got an undercut and got it all shaved off, and all that kind of stuff. And I was looking at the hair on the floor at the hairdressers, and I'm like, oh geez, I actually have a lot of greys in there because you don't really look at it because I just put it in a ponytail and work with that. And I'm like, ooh, there was a lot of multicolored greyness going on there, as well as the hair colours. And I'm like, okay, because I can see the grey on the top of my head, but the back of my head, I'm not looking at. I was like, ooh, I'll put some greys there. I'm like, oh well, that's his life. Oh yeah, my hair. I'm not sure. I don't think I like it. It's a little bit. It'll do. I'll probably grow it out, but which is generally what I do. But I think it's a bit much. The undercut's a little bit. Whoa. It's just something I've never had before, and I'm not used to it. I think when the undercut grows out a little bit and it's not quite as close to my head, it might be a little bit better. But so much cooler. Yeah, I think I'll get the top part cut again and get the last little bits of the colour off and just see. It's been that long since I don't even know what my natural hair colour is. Some kind of grey, blonde, brown thing. So we'll go with that. Right, where's black? Okay, coming in with my black. I love salt and pepper hair on guys. Coming in with black now, and I'm just going to start defining these scales. Oh, black's broken. I must admit, these when I was sharpening all of these today, there's a lot of broken claws. But I have noted, like I think the pack I got was an older pack that they were getting rid of. So I have noticed that Mont have brought out a new packaging and new design on their pencils that have got colour labels and all of that and names and stuff with the pencils. So I don't know whether they've upgraded their leads as well. Um, yeah. I'm not keen enough on them to go buy new ones just yet. But yeah, this black's wobbling like something shopping. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Australian New Year's is just messy. There's a whole lot of fireworks and a whole lot of drinking. I used to hate working the nightclubs on New Year's. It's just so messy. So messy. I remember one New Year's, someone was so intoxicated that they had passed out and they hurt themselves on the gutter. So I'm standing there trying to do first aid on some passed out drunken thing. And I'm like doing CPR, like well, not quite CPR, but just getting into that to make sure that he was breathing and stuff. And I'm like, yay, this is my life. Oh, how sweet is that, Angie? That's cute. Oh. No, I watched everyone else making out most New Year's because I was too busy. I was working. And then making sure no one got into fights because someone was kissing someone they shouldn't have been kissing. Joys of it. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, and they do actually have these like turquoise green eyes. When I was looking at them, they're such an ugly turtle, but their eyes were actually really pretty. They, they're very grey and kind of colouring in their stripes and stuff. They're definitely not what I'd call pretty. Um, but their eyes were a really nice colour. Can you see this black? I don't know if you guys can see the black lead wobbling. Wait till you see his punk rocker hair. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that soon. I'm just getting this little bit done, and then I'll go on to his hair. Well, that's it. He's adorable to someone. Right, and I'm going to go with that brown ochre and just kind of put it through his claws. And down on his undershell. His undershell is a yellow cream colour. do a little bit of this. Work with that. Now I've got this light yellow. Bring that through here. Just take a little bit of it through his scales. Because I'm working with 36 set of colours, so I don't have that many, and a 12-pack skin tone, so I don't have a huge amount of variety. So I'm just trying to make it work with what I've got. Hey Sarah, how's it going? You call him Fluffy Turtle? I'm sure that this punk turtle likes the fact that he's called Fluffy. That sounds like something we would do in Australia. Someone that was all like punky and like all tough, supposedly. We would nickname them something like Fluffy. All right, I'm going to go in with white now and just mush it all together. You are good at smushing. Yeah, I like smushing. That's my colour style. Because I smush. Smush is good. Although I did a one colour pencil challenge for Shell Artie's Facebook group the other day, and I used an Ergo Soft and I layered light layers and I built up colour. I was proud of myself. It just depends on what I'm doing. But I'm like, a bit of smush always works. And now I'm going to go in. I'm just going to put down the glare, come back while I... Nice. Yeah, no, I was impressed with me doing layering too. All right, so I'm going to come in with a light grey now, and I'm just going to wash this over everything to tone it down. So I'm holding it right back, and I'm not smushing. I'm just putting a light layer of pigment over everything, just to tone down the colours to give it that kind of greyish appearance. Because he is a turtle after all. I don't want him looking too bright. He lives in the bottom of the very dirty river. I can't, yeah. I got the colours for the hair. All right. Okay, let's get on to hair time. We'll do his mohawk first while we're here. Yeah, what colour do you think his hair is going to be? All right. So I'm going in with a dark brown. And I'm just going to start placing some through here. I'm going in with like a moss green. Yes, the hair is going to be. We're going to get. See, this is what I'm talking about. These pencils are good. Well, they're all broken at the core, and I don't know what it is. It's not the pencil case, because I've got other pencils in here that aren't broken. We'll see how we go. I'm just not going to sharpen it as much and hope that I can make it work. So this is a bit more of a grass green now. Then I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow, just a little bit for the tips. And then a little bit of white over that yellow. And I'll go back in with, where did I put that dark brown? So I'm going back in with that dark brown now, just to kind of define where his punkness is. I've got it over here. A little bit over here. No, they're not intense. These are just an Australian brand of budget pencil. They're called from Mont. I think you can get Mont ships to worldwide. All right, so let's go on and do some more of his greenness while we've got it out. Okay. Oh God, I don't know what it is. These pencils. Mart's watching. They ever watch this? Send me some better ones, please. Because I am the tips are broken left, right, and centre. Oh yeah, you've got to get off. You've got to take yourself away from it every now and again. Yeah, so if Mont ever watch this, do you want to send me like a better version? Because I'm not going and paying for another set. Not at this point in time, anyway. Generally, so Mont here is kind of like our student grade brand. So they can do some good products, and they do good paints, and they do good brushes and things, and some things they do really well. I just don't think pencils are one of the things that they do well. So I'm just going in behind where we've done his mohawk with the brown to begin with, just so that we start to, so we can distinguish between what's on his head and what's on his shell. And, clear gessos. I have used that. Their gessos are good. I've used all of their gessos actually. And yeah, so there's a lot of things that I've used, and their paper's not bad. These pencils are definitely not my favourite. And I like budget pencils, but these, not so much. But I'm going to make them work. And these are the artist grade budget pencils. These are the step up ones. So these are the ones you pay extra for. So they have an even lower grade. But, I don't know. I just think I got a dodgy tin. I don't know whether they'd been moved around too many times or what it is. All right, I'm going to go in with black. And, they're not. They really aren't a terrible brand. Like I said, I have a lot of Mont stuff that I use. And they're watercolor brushes. They're the refillable ones are great. That's what I was like, and their student grade brushes are fantastic. It's just, I don't know. I've just had bad luck with their pencils, I think. But they are very easy for us to get here in Australia everywhere, so it makes them a good choice for a lot of people. Well, this black, I think, is going to get too wobbly for me to work with. See? Yeah, Angie's on the same boat as me. The pencils are not their best selling point. Yeah, I think I was the same too, Angie. I was like, I just, because the other products are so good for the price, I was like, yeah, this is going to be like my Aldi pencils or something like that, and they're just going to blow me away, and I'm going to be like, yeah, these are the best. And I'm like, and they've bought out a 72 set of the premium ones, so these ones now, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to invest in it. I don't know whether it's worth putting in, whilst it's not a ridiculous amount of money, is it worth doing it? All right, going in with the moss green. So I'm just making flicking actions, just to try, obviously, indicate that this is like algal grass bloom on him. Yeah, I think, like I said, and that's my thing, Azra. I don't know whether to try again because I got an old set. I found this tin in some random place because I hadn't seen them around. And it makes a lot of sense. They must have like stopped issuing them for a while because they were rebranding them. And I found them like, oh, I haven't seen these. And so I bought them. And then, of course, you know, as is always the way, a couple of months later, they rebranded them and brought them all out in this new fancy tin with labels and numbers and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, do I give it another go or... Yeah, we've got the Faber-Castell grips. I've got some of them. They're metallic grips. I love their metallic grip pencils. They are excellent metallic pencils. The Ergo Softs are great, but they're not budget here in Australia. They cost more, around the same price as Prismacolor here in Australia. So they're definitely not what I'd call a budget brand for Australia. And I just love my Aldi. I love my Aldi pencils for budget pencils. But I am a smoosher, not a layerer in general. I can layer, I just don't like to. I'm too impatient. But yeah, this core's broken all the way through, but it's the exact colour that I want. I'm like, no. Oh, my mum's up. She might come out later. I don't know. She might come out and say nice things about me. Pretend to be nice about me on stream. But we know the truth. She means me. All right, let's go in now with this grass green. Nice. And it's always good because Faber-Castell, a lot of stores always have them for like 50% off or 40% off if you keep an eye out for them too. Yeah, the Ergos are so expensive here. I love love the Ergo Softs. I have to colour differently with them, which is good because you have to like light layers with the Ergos. I love them, but yeah, they're just so expensive. So I treat them like my good quality ones. I'm a little bit gentler with them. And I'm going to go in with the yellow. Andy's on a mission for me to learn how to be a gentle colorist, which is never going to happen. I'm too impatient. I'm just going in with a little bit of yellow. That's some highlights. And then we'll come back in and fill in where we need to. Yeah, Yep. I'm going to make it work. I'm stubborn like that. Even if I have to colour with the tips themselves, I'll hold them in my nails and I'll be like this. I'll make it work. All right, let's come back in with a dark brown. Start looking at where I can. Start distinguishing between some of these clumps of algae. Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, don't get me wrong, I will.
1 and 2 subs doesn't pay anymore, does it?
I've got a whole other bunch of, like, you know, I've got the Ergo Softs and the LD pencils and all here that I could pull from, but I don't want to. I'm determined. Stubborn.
No, Paul got 1,600, 1.6 million. So it wasn't 10 million.
Yeah. They're in there talking about the lotto. We didn't win last night, obviously. Yay! One day.
So 1.7 million for the winners.
So is he still looking fluffy? Fluffy, fluffy. It's been really quiet in chat. I've noticed for everyone's chats the last few days. I think everyone's kind of just, I don't know whether everyone's just having a weekend of off screen. Although I think in the UK too, they have opened up again, so people might be actually out doing some stuff. I think they're out of a little bit of their real lockdown. I've got the Marcos, Marco Fiends. I'm going to use them cups on. They're a harder one as well. They're not in the set that I brought up here. So this is the black. That's all right. Yeah, wait. You can get them. Can you get them on AliExpress? I've seen them on there a few times. Angie and I got a great deal on the Fiends. One of the store here was must have been, I don't know, but we got them for a great price. Mine come looking like they had been in the back of the warehouse for 1,000 years, but that was only the box. I put them in a pencil case anyway, so it's not too bad. All right, I'm going to go back in with that lighter green now. Add a little bit more to fill it in. Mummy? Mum? Would you be able to bring me out a Pepsi, please, Del?
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, you start to look algae. They don't have nothing that it doesn't show in this image is they have one of the longest tails of a turtle. So a male turtle can be nearly the same size as the shell, and it's got a hook shape on it, and obviously all of those glands to allow them to breathe out their butt. Yeah, so they've got this really long tail. Ugh. I love my acrylic paints. I need to get, now that it's cooling down, I'll probably go down to my studio and paint. It's just too hot in summer. The paint's dry too quickly. I'm sweating. It's gross. So in winter, I think I'll probably go down, do a bit more painting. Just filling that in. I'm going to go back in with that yellow. Just add a few more little yellow bits, not too many. So definitely want it to be green, not yellow. And then, that's all right, Evelyn. You nap away. You worked way too much. How are you, darling? Oh, it's all right. I napped yesterday. I was like, that's all I did yesterday. I don't know what I was doing, but yesterday when I was putting on my jeans, yesterday morning, I pulled a muscle in my back, which was great. I think it was telling me that my jeans were too tight, but we won't mention that because I was yanking them on. You know when you put jeans on when you've just gotten out of the shower and you aren't fully dry, and the denim just sticks. So that's what was happening yesterday, and so I pulled a muscle in my shoulder blade, and I was like, well, that was great. So that was fun. And then I was just tired yesterday. I slept so much. Fell asleep, had a nana nap. Got to sleep early again last night. I was like, yep, I'm so tired. I'm going to come back in with this brown ochre colour. On your shell. And the dark brown. Oh, naps are best. Best naps. Oh, yeah, naps are just good. Hello, Renee. How's it going? I was in your chat this morning, just so you know, but it was 4 or 5 in the morning and brain function was not working. And I was just listening and hoping, not because, that sounds wrong. I just was like, oh, I want to go to sleep, but I don't want to get up yet. And it was good hearing you guys talk about all the pastels. So I was there. I was just lurking quietly. I loved the tulips. I loved the white tulips, actually. Those white-green tulips turned out so pretty. Okay. Back in with this lighter yellow. Thank you, Mum. Got to take advantage of Mother's willingness to be nice. All right. Okay, see you, Ezra. Thank you for stopping in, sweetheart. That's okay, Renee. I know I do, but I was just I wasn't up to the to hand-eye coordination to actually chat. So I was like, no. I'm gonna go back in with that brown ochre. I'm gonna go with it there. So put it back here so we can keep his mohawk sticking out. We want to see that he's got his mohawk. If you grow a mohawk like that, you want to show it off. You want to be like, yeah, look at me breathing out my butt. Now, I'm going to come in with that light yellow and just go around this now, just to take down the white. And come in with black. And try not for it to fall out of the redefine his nostrils. Beautiful. Oh yeah, it is Pepsi. I've already had one. I'd run out, but isn't that light yellow now, just to put him all in together. How do you reckon he's looking? Is he looking like a little punk turtle? Looking punky? Punky Brewster? Yeah, you can kind of see, I've kind of made it like you can see his little piercings. Oh, I'm out of screen. But, I'm working, thank you, Evelyn. I'm working with crappy pencils that are all broken at the core, and hoping for the best, that he somehow ends up looking half decent. But you weren't here for it, Evelyn. This turtle exists, my little Merry River turtle. He exists in where I live, in my river only. So can't get any closer to home for me than this little fella. And the fact that he is uniquely ugly for a turtle. So I'm just using the black now to start, putting in, redefining some of those markings. So we've got some of that shadowing coming back. So he starts to look a little bit more cool. I come in with that light grey, and I'm just going to tone down the green in his eye, just that touch. That's what I love using light grey for, just to bring things back just that little bit. It's a great colour to have. I'm just going to try and accentuate some of the folds in his neck.
check the language. Put it through the check the ticket. I don't think you get part of the stuff.
Okay. Starting to look a little bit more dimensional. Just come in here. And find where his nose, snout thing is. His eyeballs. Yeah, it is. It's grey. Grey and a really light blue are good just for that tonal change without white. Now, what I was thinking was if I come in with kind of like a yellow, no, mate, might go darker. Oh, look, broken core, shock horror. And going over the black, just to kind of indicate that he is in dirty, muddy water. Okay. I look cool. If my things didn't break. Yeah, light grey purple. Oh, yeah. Grey lavender. Love that colour. Oh, God's sake. Definitely got a dodgy tint. Yeah, they're definitely not a pretty turtle. Could kind of say the same about me. Might not be about that pretty, but I got a personality. Yeah. Yeah, he is ugly but cute. He's one of those animals, I think. They're so ugly that they're cute. You know, like those Maltese dogs that have the crooked teeth and the crooked jaw, and they're just ugly, but they're cute because they're so ugly. Well, that's good. It's showing up. It's kind of giving that muddy water kind of vibe. Butt breathing, punk rocker style personality plus. Yes, that's it. I think the butt breathing thing is just the best part of it all. let's go in with a darker. I don't know is it showing up? Yeah, it is showing up. Okay, cool. Because this is the colour of our river. It is brown. Brown, brown, brown. Oh, that looks really good with the brown going around. It's making him pop out. Yeah. I like that. Oh, ditto again, Angie. I just read your comment. I love it. That is pretty cool. I like you now. You looking good? Hey, looking good. Good, 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 good. For an ugly ass turtle. You know? He is getting there slowly. I want to darken up, however. Shell, it's a bit too yellow. Just trying to get him the right colours. Oh, I don't know. It was some kind of bird, some warbling bird thing. Which one? Butt breathing puck crocodile personality plus? Yes, yes, yes. But he is pretty cute. Alright, I'm going to go in and I might as well just keep going. We've got a bit more time. What colour was I using? 12. Considering I can't sharpen these pencils because they don't fit in my sharpener, we'll just see how we go. So I've got one lot of pencils that are breaking and the other one I can't sharpen. We're up to a great start today. It's like, yeah, man. So this is that violet brown again. This reminds me of a lot of Kaput Morton violet in polys, if you have the polys. Great colour. Dead body purple. It's good. I liked the one. I was watching back Emily's stream. I liked the oysters comment. Boogers on in a shell. We just say snot on a plate, but That's all right. I love me some oysters. I hated them when I was younger. Love them now. Oysters Kilpatrick. Oh, yeah. Oysters Mornay. Yeah. Good old snotty gobblers. So I've got another 14-hour drive on Tuesday. I'm doing it in the whole way on Tuesday. So that'll be fun. Trying to kind of indicate how far I drive. It's basically from the bottom of England to the top of Scotland. It's great. There we go. There's that one. Renee's already put it in, Angie. I just got my Discord notification up. Come up. Funny. Which colour was it? Which colour was it? 10, I think. It was my grey. Yeah. Brown grey. Oh yeah, I'll have it natural too. I'm happy with it anyway. I'll eat them any which way. I'll eat any seafood. You name it. You put it on my plate, I'll eat it. I was watching, it's a hard part of watching streams back when you're not in it because they're talking about sushi, and I'm like, oh my god, sushi. Oh, sushi. And if I remember correctly, Angie, you haven't had sushi. I'm not sure. I think Emily hadn't had it. I can't remember. But I was like, I love sushi. And once you've had sushi in Japan, no other sushi lives up. And the rawer, the better. Once you've had raw fish, cooked fish isn't the same either. There is something incredible about the freshness, the real taste of the ocean that comes with raw fish. Oh, you love sushi. Oh, good. Emily hasn't. Yeah. Oh, I love sushi. And I'm happy for just a plate of sashimi, which is just slivers of raw fish. But I'll even have raw meat, so like sashimi style with some good wagyu beef and things like that. Oh, yum, yum. But yeah, I remember being in Japan, and you've got they take sometimes eating it raw to just a little bit of the extreme, where they basically pulling out the fish that are still kicking, and they'll quickly just deep fry it or something like that briefly, just to take the edge off its liveness, and then throw it on your plate, and you're just like, yeah, good old dancing squid. It's still so alive that it's moving. That's, Japan food. Yum. Now I'm all thinking about Japan. I miss it. No, that's not colour I want. It's probably they all look the same. This is that violet colour again. colour do I want? Oh, this one's like brown ochre colour. Just add something. Something. Go in with that across here. I'll eat anything. We were talking about there's a new version of Australian Survivor coming out. We were talking in the car the other day. And I'm like, I really should enter that. I said, because it wouldn't be any competition. I'm happy to eat whatever you put in front of me. Hold on, playing. I'll eat deep fried cockroach or spider or something if it's all appropriate in the context. Sure. Why not? The only problem with Survivor is that I've got to deal with people and they're idiots. So I'd be like, nah. All right, let's go over with a little bit spider on a stick. Yeah, let's go for that. A little bit of this light yellow. Some white. If it stays in the pencil. Isn't it funny, like when you were a kid, you always wondered why they bothered to put a white pencil in with your coloured pencils. Like, you're like, who's ever going to use the white? And now it's like, I couldn't live without my white pencil. I'm going to go in with some black just to define some of these shadow areas now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how we go. I don't know if you are all excited by watching me colour in a turtle. I don't know. I'm listening to the sounds of Australia. Hey Angela, hey Boots, how's it going? Yeah, where's everyone? How are you feeling, Boots? The wonderful turtle. He's an ugly turtle. But thanks, Renee. Makes me miss home a little bit, but I can't wait to get home. As much as I love coming up and visiting my family and stuff, but there's nothing like your own bed and your own place. Going home. All right. Thanks, Angie. Now I'm going to go in with that light grey again, and I'm going to knock it all back. Let's go in with his claws. Yeah, I am enjoying my time with my mum. I always love having my mum around. Um, she's just a good person. That's nice. There we go. Starting to look like he's coming to life a bit. Yeah, no, we might get him done. I could easily get him done, I think, if I really wanted to. Yeah, let's go in with that. Is that the grey? No, that's the violet. So where's the grey? That might be the grey. The brown grey. This would have been really nice and intense too. I think Tim Jeff's images, they just scream for intense. Or graffiti. I'm going to, Connie. If you haven't watched Connie's stream the other day where she was showing off her collection, I have been, resisting the graffiti tints for so long. And now I'm fully enabled. I'm like, I want them so bad. So I think I'm going to go back to Officeworks today and get me some graffiti tints while I'm up here. The fact that you can, if you're taking it straight off, you don't get, I'm just like, I want the graffiti tints. And I'm putting myself on a no-buy when I get back from holidays. So I'm going to go on a no-buy for the term until next holidays. Yeah, I know he uses a rose tint. You're funny. Like, can you imagine how hard that pencil is for me? No. Oh. All right, I'm just checking that I'm here still. Something just died on me. It's all disappeared on me. I think I'm still here. But I'm doing the koala in Fragile World. I'm doing that this month. So on my TBCs and some buddy colour with Wendy, and I'm like, that calls to be done in that graffiti. Do you imagine the colours you could with that grey kind of colour? And I'm like, I might try that with the graffiti and do the koala in that. I reckon that could be the go. Oh, I'm still here. I'm good. Yeah, I love the ergo sauce. I know. So I do want to try the Roachton's. I just like the boxes that they come in. They're cool. I like the little book looks of them. Well, it's on my one day I have them all list, but it's not one that I need rights now. But yeah, so my low buy is going to be my no buy thing. It's going to be all of the next holidays, next term. Because I need to stop spending money. All right, so I'm just going in with that light yellow. Need to stop spending the money. And I told the girls the same thing's going to happen to them. They're not going to get anything anyway. Hey, Connie made me buy them. It is, Shannon. It's all what it is. Hello, by the way. It's Connie made me buy them. That's right. I remember looking back and seeing that you're like, I've just been off to Amazon. I know. It's frustrating. So I'm going to go buy them. It's all Connie's fault. Connie, it's you and Connie are the worst, honestly. Enable me something shocking. All right, gonna go in with that light grey now. And tone it all back. Oh, I'm gonna go buy the hello Jamie. Gonna go buy the what's it called? Graphic tints. Because Connie made them look cool. It's Connie's fault. And I'm like, I want them now. I needs them. I needs them. Must have them. And I know Officeworks has them. So I'm like, yeah. Belinda. Oh, yeah. Belinda's pretty bad. And no, my worst is Shannon. I'll admit Shannon's my biggest. She enables me the most. Belinda's pretty bad. Yeah. But yeah, Connie the other night when she's doing a collection video, I'm like, I want that, and I want that, and I want that. I want it all. He hasn't gone and had his pedicure for a while, this fella. He's a little bit in need of some buffing. See, I catch Semi's on playback, but I never catch her lives, which is sad. I'd love to catch her lives. Same as Shannon. I love it when Shannon does some random ones in the night time, because then I actually get it, because she does it during the day, mostly on playback. Right. There we go. Hey, Ruben, how's it going? How's holidays? Someone was, I can't remember who was the else graphic 10. Was it Karen? Ruben is one of my students. Obviously, he's bored on holidays at the moment. All right. Where am I going? Where's the dark brown? There it is. Couldn't find it. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, yes, I have been enabled for the graphic tints. So they will be going into my collection. Oh, you wait till you see right end of the month haul. I may have gone a bit crazy at Officeworks the other day. And if anyone's watching this that's Australian, or you watch it back and you're Australian, go and you want light Copics, get to Officeworks and make them price match Riot online at the moment, Riot stores, and get it by 5%. I was getting the Copic chows for $5.65. So that was good. Well, Georgia got the Copics. I don't get the Copics, Georgia gets them. She uses them for her illustrations. He may be a closet colorist. Yes, true. He may be. He's a good kid. He's one of my seniors, so he's not a young student, so it's okay. Maybe he misses his sitter. Nah. Gosh, I love my students, but I love my holidays. I'm sure they feel the same way. Although he does used to come and join my psychology class just for fun because he had a spare. That's because his friends were in it. And because of me, of course, because I'm just awesome. Just ask me and I'll tell you. All right, down in with light. I'm determined. We've got 15 minutes. I can get this done. Bye, darling. Love you. My mum's taking my stepdad off to Tiggy. So Tiggy here was touch football. So my stepdad used to be a rugby league player back when he's in his younger days. And then when they outgrew rugby league, they started playing touch football. Out-aged rugby league. They got too old. They started playing touch football. And and so he was playing. So they played touch football for a while, and obviously it was more about the social occasion after the game of touch footy. You know, they had the eskies and the grog, the beer and stuff like that, and they get on the piss and that kind of stuff. And it was just a whole group of mates. They played footy together since they were teenagers, and so they had a touch footy team, and then occasionally it became. They'd still meet together every Sunday for Tiggy. But the actual touch footy game became once a year. It was an annual touch footy game, but they still met every week for Tiggy. Okay, so Tiggy's what we call touch football here. And so they'd meet every week for Tiggy, but only once a year would they have, at Christmas, they'd have their annual game of touch footy. And you could imagine a bunch of aging guys playing that, and by that time the touch footy they had been drinking before they even got onto the games, onto the field. So now then the footy field flooded, and the football the hall was damaged, so they had to move over to another site in the interim while there was repairs being done to the footy hall, because they'd still go to the footy field. Well, those floods were 10 odd years ago, and they've never actually gone back to the footy field. They still go meet at the showgrounds, which has got no football engaged with it at all. But they still call it Tiggy. They're going to Tiggy. There is no football involved at all anymore. So it's just hilarious. So they go along, and that's their social occasion every Sunday, and but at the moment, Steve's in charge of my stepdad's the one in charge of the bar and the tin, the money tin and stuff like that. So he's got to get over there early to make sure that beer's all on ice and in the fridge and all that kind of stuff, because they pay for their beers and then what they make at the end of the year. So they buy the beer, then they pay extra for the beer, and the profits that they make by the end of the year, they all split for Christmas money. I don't know. I sometimes just wonder. But yeah, so it's quite hilarious now, because I sit there and, people go, oh, you're going to Tiggy. And they're like, oh, wait, this guy in his late 60s is going off to Tiggy, still playing touch footy. And you're like, yeah, there's no footy involved. Oh, that way. So it's quite hilarious. Oh yeah, it's great. Like him and his mates, honestly, they are like thick as thieves. He's had the same mates since they were teenagers, and they're just phenomenal. And they're all a bunch of tradies. A lot of them are tradies. They've done different things with their lives, and they all just help each other out, and they're funny as. Um, it's and as he says, the reality is it's basically it is a mental health men's club. Can I do it? It's kind of like they basically go now and offer support to each other. And they've been there through, divorces and all of that kind of stuff, and illnesses and cancers and treatments, and no, I can't do it. They're just there for each other. Let's see how long this one lasts before it falls out. Oh, stop it. I need this colour. This is not I can't use this colour. It has to be used. It's essential. It's a must colour. This is called Stubbornness Determination. Yeah, they do. Absolutely they do. Because they'll go along and talk things off their chest and pay each other out and stuff, but they're actually getting it out. They'll talk about their kids and their worries and stuff like that. They're phenomenal. I think it's fantastic. And I like just the amount of friends he has. And then once a year they go a couple of times a year they go away on fishing trips or footy trips. Drinking trips. And they're incredible. Who needs no pencil? Yes, it is called being pig-headed, and I'm gonna do it. I'm determined. Is it going to be as accurate as it would have been? No, but am I still going to do it? Yes. No, got no glue. And I still would. I'd be like, no, I'm too cranky. Mont, send me new pencils. You need to share this with Mont and make them send me new pencils. All right. So I give them a bit more fair review than these things that are all crumbling to pieces. See if it's just a pencil issue or my set issue or whether it's in general. Well, I'm cranky. I do. Stop telling them I've got other pencils I could use. Of course I do. I've got a whole. I've got a whole pencil case worth of pencils here. Shh. Shh. Oh, Angela, there is that exact colour in other brands over here. It's just that moss green. I wanted that one. And I'm stubborn. And it can't tell me what to do. Which brand is it? It's the Mont. It's an Australian brand. They are linked in the description below. I just think I got a dodgy tin. I found it in the depths of a store. It was old, and most of the pencil cores are broken all the way through, and you know. So I'm probably not giving it the fairest review. But Andrew's also used them, and they're not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm being a bit harsh on them probably. All right, coming in with some yellow, just to give some yellow highlights. Just here and there, some yellow. Not everywhere. Should have done this with the Ergo sauce. Oh gosh, that's all right. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the brown. And I'm going to start filling in these gaps. Is that the brown I used? I don't know. It'll be. So their shell, the reason why I'm using this dark brown too, apart from depth, but their shell is actually really dark brown. So underneath would be dark brown where the patches of the algae aren't attached. So oh, and I got all excited because I thought Spotlight was bringing out a different set of budget artist pencils, and I was like, ooh, I'll go check them out because I knew that they were getting rid of the Franchyville range. But it's just the same range with a new name, so they've titled it Art Spectrum, but they're exactly the same pencils. I went and had a look yesterday and went, oh, I'm not buying another tin. They just basically just changed the labelling on the tin. They look like that, the new Art Spectrum ones from Spotlight. So if anyone sees them, that's what I believe they have done. It's just rebranded it. Because all of the Franchyville stuff is on clearance and the Art Spectrum stuff is at full price. All right. Yes, off you go, Renee. Thank you for stopping in, darling. I do appreciate it. But I'm nearly finished with the turtle. I'm just going to finish him off. That's all. Heather doesn't come on for another half an hour. I won't be too much longer anyway. I'm just finishing him off. And then I'll be going to. I've got a morning tea, going out seeing a friend for morning tea. Yeah, sold by right too, but oh, stop it. You weren't broken, I don't think. I think that obviously Spotlight's picked them up as well. I think it was Art Spectrum. I don't know. I didn't look that closely. But the pencils looked exactly the same. So just obviously private labelled pencils. I know, but they've got, I do know next week's Spotlight's got them for like half price in their catalogue. But I was there yesterday and I checked them out. And I'm like, yeah, not worth me going to Spotlight next week. I'm just going to go in the black. Yep. Although Emily's using the Frenchyville ones on Joanna Basford's her World of Wonders book at the moment. She's done some really pretty images. So they work okay. And they were fine when I reviewed them, but not worth me buying another set just for the sake of buying another set. But I think most of our pencils come from China. Let's get real. Some are good. But yeah, when they're just doing that private label kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm not that keen. I don't need them that bad. Well, now the dogs are barking. Just going to glaze over with this light green now, just to fill in any of the spots that I've missed. But I'm not too worried about if there is any whites, because there's white spots for all of it, because it's just adding highlights. There we go. Go in with our the river water, and we'll be nearly done. Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just highlight stuff. So, yeah, making it work. Making it work for me, not against me. These pencils have been against me all morning, so I've got to make it work somehow. Oh, let's see if the brown in this one would be better. That's pretty much the same colour. I believe. Oh, okay. I believe you. It's a bird. Look at that. Done. What do you reckon? Oh, no, wait up. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, a little bit there. A little bit there. There. Look at that. I'm going to call him. Oh, Andy, you're funny. Things annoy me, but knowing not what bird it is does not. I'm like, it's a bird in the sky. These pencils that have all got broken tips, look at these, man. Look. Just the broken cores of all of these pencils. That's what's annoying me. We won't talk about how many's already in the bin or on this plate. Look at this. I'm just collecting them. Look at it. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's my frustration. Yeah, his hair's pretty cool. He's all right. Let's bring him back up. So we can see him from a bit of a distance. There he is. There's our punk rocker. Well, thank you everyone for coming into stream. Thank you, Angie. Love you. It is a bit cute. He's a bit fun. I didn't take him too seriously either. I'm sure you've gathered that. I'm just sitting at my mum's out the back. I wasn't after. Wasn't it? My expectations weren't too high of myself today. I was just having fun. Didn't expect it to be as big of a challenge as it was with these pencils, but we got there in the end without the death of too many pencils. Does part of me want to go throw the entire range in the bin? Yes. Mont, send me some more pencils. All right. Guys, thank you very much. I will probably catch you in some streams during the week, or Emily will on my behalf if I'm driving. And we will see you around. See you guys. Bye.